Good afternoon. Good morning, John. Well, you're 5 and 9, dropping down occasionally to 5 and 8. So a good signal here, and hope all is well. You said it's a dark morning. Well, it would only be dark until the sun come up, John. Over.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to see the sun, but regardless, anyway, the heat is on, the shack is warm. I have a cup of coffee in my hand, and I'm talking to VK. What more could a man ask for, over?
I don't know. I think I could think of plenty of things, but I'm in here and the air conditioning's on. It's not hot outside. It's just humid. It's just sticky and uncomfortable. That's how the weather's been lately. But it's only 25 degrees outside, but it's just very very sticky. They've got the air on. It's about 23 here in the shack, which is fine. The band's very noisy today. It's okay with strong signals, but with weak signals, it's really annoying. It was that annoying. I turned the ICOM off. It was giving me a headache. So I wasn't real keen. I just had a bit of a quick listen on here, and I thought I'll go in and make a cuppa, and that's when you came up on air. ONADI VK2VRC.
Yeah, well, you're sounding great. Now, I'm sure the band is noisy. I see noise of 5, 6, but NR2 it just turns everything into FM radio. Over.
Oh, I've still got noise even with NR2. I don't have it adjusted up that high that it's totally quiet. It tends to hide weak signals. But I've still got a little bit of noise from it, but it certainly it makes it a lot more pleasant to listen to, John. I've got a lot higher noise level than what you've got. Here I've probably got S7 on this direction. But if I move the antenna up towards North America or somewhere like that, it's heading somewhere between S8 and S9, over.
Yep, Roger. Well, that's sorry to hear about all that. Sometimes if I'm on 20 meters in the evening, let's say around 6 o'clock our evening, so whatever that is in UTC, I'm trying to do the calculations. That's 80, about 17. Yeah, 17 UTC. What I think I'm getting is the thermostat from a neighbour, over.
Oh, okay. Well, you know how to fix that. You just need some. You've got plenty of antennas in the air. Every time lately I speak to you, you're putting up another antenna. I'm sure you can use one of those antennas as a diversity antenna, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I am. I do have a 48 or even 49 to 1 Ballon transformer, and I'm going to put that in the garden as a listening antenna, over.
Okay, well, I'm hoping you're sticking a bit of wire on that Ballon. Otherwise, it's just a transformer, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I will be sticking a bit of wire, and I have a cord that I can pull it up to a tree, over.
Yeah, well, that's okay. If you can you just use it as an end-fed half wave on 20 meters, and it'll work. It'll work fine. But it doesn't have to be a resonant antenna to be a diversity listening antenna. You can hook up any of the other antennas you've got, as long as it can hear the noise, which it will if it's local. so it doesn't have to be a resonant antenna, Jono.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, I'll put that up in the next little while. And then I was looking. There's some trees and bushes to be cut because we get a quota of how much green stuff we can get rid of without paying, and I haven't reached my quota, but it goes till the end of the year, and then it goes back to zero. So I'm going to get in while I still have my quota. So that's another job I was thinking of, and and I'm converting that the 4-element a 10-meter beam, which has a 4-meter boom, and I'm going to convert it to 8 meters, and an extra element on the direction. Over.
Yeah, well, that'll work all right. I don't know if you really need it on 10 metres, but I'm sure it'll work okay. You've obviously got plenty of space there. You know, I don't even have enough room to put this vertical up. Really, it's sitting right up underneath my Yagi. So yes, I'm very much in my backyard. I'm very, very much wanting space. But yes, it'd be nice to be able to put something in my front yard because we've got plenty of space in my front yard. Although I don't think the authorities, the local council or the locals would take too kindly to that. And being in the front yard, they're likely to come and damage it or do something stupid. But anyway, it is what it is. Had a bit of a listen around on 10 metres today. Not a lot of activity. The band's absolute rubbish. I don't know why. The figures say the band should be good, but it's been both 10 metres today was rubbish, and 20 metres this afternoon's been so noisy. It's been rubbish as well. Unless you want to work the strong stations, plenty of strong stations around us. Just the usual thing that goes on. I noticed you sent me a picture of a Italian restaurant. Does that have some significance, John? Over?
Yeah, it does. If you look at the top left, around 10 o'clock, you'll see a call sign. Over.
Okay. I thought it was somebody's name or something. I thought it was somebody named Ison. So it's Echo India 5 Sierra Echo November. I see. Over.
Yeah, or even Echo India 5 Echo November Romano, who I've known for nearly 40 years. He was the guy that got me through the CW. Over.
Okay. Well, that's all right. And to boot, there's nothing wrong with a good meal of Italian food, John.
Yeah, Roger. Well, he recently has done a big renovation, and it looks very nice. Now, in the past, the food was lovely, but the decor had seen better days. Over.
Okay. Well, yes. So just looking at it, it looks like Isen, EISEN. The S looks more like an S than a 5. So, well, it didn't click with being radio related. I thought it might have been somewhere you were going out for dinner. But anyway, all is good. And I No, you asked me a question about OBS. Never heard of it before. Haven't looked at it before. Don't know anything about it. But I'll have a bit of a look. I'm not going to use it because it's something I've got to connect to the radio, and that I'm not interested. Something I've got to run through a computer that connects to a radio, not interested. Only thing that should be connected to the radio is the antenna, the headphones, and the microphone, John, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, well, a few months ago, the harmonic, he introduced it to me, and he set it up because he set it up that it wasn't too a megabyte hungry, and it's nice for recording QSOs and for putting some of them up on the net so that other people can hear what I'm hearing. So that's what I use for that. In the old days, as you remember, I used to use the shaky, the phone and the shaky hand. Over.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, I don't post anything to the internet anyway, or I don't use YouTube or any of those sorts of things. So, well, that's that's what you're into. That's what you're into. But well, it does a good job. Does a good job for you. Your recordings are always first class. So yes, it does definitely does work. But as I said, I don't have anything. I don't even have a computer connected to this radio because this radio's got the computer built into it, and certainly I wouldn't be adding any software to the computer that's built inside the radio. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I saw something yesterday. There's a thing for free DV, digital voice. Again, there's a new version. I think it's called Rave or something that's out. And I looked at it for about 5 minutes and thought, nah, got to connect it to a computer, got to connect it to a radio, not interested. So, there's lots of things if you want to plug into computers and plug them into radios, John.
Yeah, Roger, on that Wayne VK2VRC ON80i. Yeah, well, there's so many different things of the hobby that you can try, and someone was telling me, FT8. Well, I have to say, and I think you're the same. I have zero, and I mean zero interest in that. Over.
Yeah, well, I don't have any interest in digital communication. The only digital communication is CW. And I've all CW'd out in my life. I've done enough of it for a living, and it just doesn't. It's like white noise, John. I'm all over it from wearing cans on my head for too long. That's why I turned the ICOM off today, because the band is just so noisy here today. I can't believe it. I don't know where it's all come from, and it's white noise. It's nothing. It's not local, but it's there, and it's very very annoying. So anyway, that's what it is. That's how it is. But almost had me reaching for the telephone book and trying to find an aluminium supplier to make some delta loops so that the band is quieter, John.
Yeah, and you could put up easily well, I believe even a single element over.
Oh, yeah, I could put up a single element. Possibly. But yeah, no, if I was going to do something silly like that, I'd pull the Yagi down and put up a three element 20 meter delta if I was going to do anything, John. Over.
Okay, so how would your signal your transmit for what I'm hearing? How would that be? Would it be just more or less the same? Over.
Yeah, it'd be very similar, John. It'd be I doubt you'd notice any difference. All the difference would be on the receiver.
Yeah, Roger. Frank, and I know you've been in contact with. He does because he posts on a regular basis. Now he's doing the 10 and 11. I'm not sure if he does the 20. I know you contacted him, and did you ask him about 20 meters over?
Yeah, I did. And he said, he was looking at it, but had no further response. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, he does. If you look at the photos, he does make nice things. Of course, when the delta loop, your 3-element delta loop is up there, I take it there's more force. When the wind is blowing on the mast. Over.
Yeah, there'd be a little bit. It wouldn't be much in it, John, because one, you're down an element, so you've got the weight less of an element. The other elements are only two pieces, two elements, or two parts of the element are aluminium, where the top is just stainless steel wire. And so you lose a bit of weight. I have probably a shorter boom, so the boom, you lose a little bit of weight, so you have a heavier boom to make up for all that. So it wouldn't be too much difference. The major advantage is, of course, the loop is much quieter on receive, but the other advantage, being a delta as opposed to a quad loop, is all the antenna is above the boom height. So I would gain antenna height, John. Over.
Yeah, and I know you're a big lover of them, so I wonder, are you going to do it? Because it's always nice to try it, to do it, and not regret it. Over.
Yeah, well, I don't know. One day I might. My problem is time, John. I don't have time. My work is, I just don't get the time to do anything. So, and if I do get time, it always seems to be raining. So, and for me to put that up, I definitely would need equipment. But the other problem is another set of hands would make it so much easier. But unfortunately, I was only born with two of them, though.
Yeah, Roger. Well, and I'm sure there's a few people in the west of Sydney that would help you. Over.
Not that I know of. So, yeah, not, as I said, I just sort of bide my time. I don't get around here, John, talking to the locals or whatever. So, not really, that's not really my thing. I don't need all the locals in my pocket knowing my business, huh?
Yep. Okay. Understood. And what about people that do installations, professional people that do it for money, over?
Yeah, I do not know any down here in Australia, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, because I know the and I don't know it here, but when you're listening to guys in the States and they've got deep pockets and they've no interest in climbing masts and the whole lot, they just call someone, over.
Yeah, if only we had that here, it would be life so much easier. You know, the only guys that do that sort of thing here that I know of are the guys that do professional installations for for big telcos and big power companies where they have these huge big towers, and they don't do. They only do professional work. They don't do stuff for the public, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, and well, I suppose I wonder, would there be any reason to contact them? Maybe maybe they're just tied up with their telco. I'm sure there's a way of doing it, but anyway, how you're thinking of VK7. So maybe would it be a possibility that when you get to VK7 you will do it, over?
Well, yeah, that's a possibility, John. If I ever retire before I'm pushing up daisies, and get to move location, that's a distinct possibility. If I can put up a decent tower at another location, certainly, I'd probably go to 4 elements in that case. But it's all dependent. So, what happens. But very nice things. But again, it takes a lot to be the long boom Yagi. You want something on 40 or 50 foot boom on a Yagi would be nice. And obviously in VK7, the noise level wouldn't be what I have here. So, there's pros and cons for everything, whichever way you want to go. You're seeing the pros and cons of the different antennas you've put up and are putting up and are pulling the other ones down. So, so that's the whole thing. Everything has got pros and cons to it, Jono.
Yeah, exactly right, Wayne. VK2VRC ON80i for ID. So, have you had your evening meal yet, over?
No, too early for the evening meal yet. Haven't done that, but I think I'll have I think we're having Asian. Well, I will be. My wife doesn't like it, but I'll be having something like that. But anyway, we'll see what transpires. See what transpires there. That won't be too long. Probably another half an hour or so, John. But nothing untoward yet. I've only just made a cup of tea just before I come down here, so I've got that to drink while I'm sitting here in the shack. But not doing a heck of a lot. Taking it easy, actually. They rang me today to ask me to come to work tomorrow, and I politely declined and told him to get stuffed. I'm having a rest, over.
Yeah, well, quite rightly so. You know, all this overtime and the whole lot. That's for young guys, over.
Yeah, well, especially the way that they've been messing me around the last, I don't know, 6 months or more, probably 12 months. I'm really feeling it now. The last couple of days, I've been working mornings, and I'm a morning person. And I'm coming home and I'm feeling wrecked. My body doesn't know whether it's coming or going, because the last 3 months I've basically been doing afternoon shifts. So I'm feeling the effects of shift work, and it never ever used to worry me, but now I'm starting to feel it. And I said to my wife, I'm just not interested in playing their games. If it suits me, I'll do it. If not, I won't be doing it, John Adder.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you know, you're only a number, but yeah, I feel it also, I have to say as well. And what some people do on this side, they go down to 4 days a week. And then there's even some that go down to a 2.5 day week. So, or else they just do the earlies and they don't do the lates, or vice versa. I haven't got to that yet, but the old body is beginning to feel it, over.
Yeah, well, I can associate with that. Unfortunately, we don't get that choice. You do what the roster is, or you basically don't do it at all. So yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. As I said, I won't be doing all the overtime that I have been doing. I'm just really feeling the effects of way too many hours. So if my body gets back to its normal self, I'll think about it. But at the moment, I actually said to my wife, the last time I was at the doctors, I said it to the doctors, I believe I still have long COVID. I still don't feel like I did pre-COVID. My head is not as clear, and it's like that, just brain fog, they call it. That's how I feel. I once was very, very sharp-witted and very, very much aware. Now I know I'm getting older, but I don't believe that's what it is. It's only been since I had COVID, and I think it's what they classify as long COVID. But and I've been getting these viruses, things I never ever got pre-COVID. Now I'm constantly getting sinus and all this sort of business. So yeah, it's a sign of the times, I guess. But I said to my wife today, my wife was working from home today, and I said to my wife, I just looked and I thought I don't have any annual leave until October next year, until the end of August next year. That's another 9 months away. It seems like a long way away, John Over.
Okay, well, would you think of, and I know you don't want to lose the benefits, but would you think of going earlier, over?
not right at the moment. Not while I'm healthy. But I was. I've actually given some thought. Well, I've still got public holidays and everything that I can use, and add to some rostered days off when they come up. But depending on which roster I'm on, if I'm on my personal roster, then I get groups of 4 or 5 days in a row. But when I'm not, when I'm doing this other work that I've been doing, I get very, very few of them days off. But I said to my wife, I might even consider just taking a week-long service leave, just to have a break and do a few things here that I'd like to do, and it'd just be nice to not have to get up for a week and think about going to work, John Ever.
Yeah, now I know it's against your principles. Would you ever think of going to the doctor and say, I'm worn out and I need some time off, over?
That'd cause all sorts of problems at work with their internal structures, and if that comes down to fatigue management, and then they would be they'd have all these you'd have to go and do all these medical see all these medical people that the business has wrapped around their fingers, and they'd be looking for any excuse to get rid of you, John Ever.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't think it was like that. I always think of VK, the land of the unions, over.
The unions, the bosses of the unions only think of themselves, and they won't, don't want to touch it, John. So, when it comes particularly to stuff like that, they're not going to get involved for the individual, John Ever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry to hear all this. I feel fine, but if I was shattered and worn out, and at the end, well, I know you're not at the end of your tether, but the doctor can sign you off for a week or 2 weeks or whatever. Anyway, by the way, I have information. The stainless steel man, he's listening. He won't be coming back, but he's in his automobile, and he sends his best regards to you, over.
Okay. Well, I don't know if he can hear me, but that's always interesting. The bands, as I said, have been, I guess, opening a lot later. I think the bands are too noisy too early. I don't think I'll be getting on too early for a while. It was just very uncomfortable today. But anyway, I just got a message as well. It says dinner is ready. So I might get out of the shack as well, go in and get dinner while it's hot. But I might come back down a little bit later and see what's happening. I came out last night, but there was just nothing. It was rubbish. Anyway, that's all good. I haven't heard anything from our friend the tail wagger, but not sure what he's up to. But he did tell me a couple of days ago he was going to get up and see how the band was, and I did speak to him. He was in the noise, but sort of 5 and 5. But I haven't heard from him since. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, all good. The stainless steel man is listening. But yes, that's something I've been really thinking. People are talking about the band and all this sort of business, how good it is. I don't think it's that fantastic personally. I would expect to hear a lot more people out of their mobiles. I was listening today and there were some people out there with their mobile as such, but I couldn't hear them. They were down in the noise. So anyway, that's what was happening. What else? Not a lot else. I did hear the guy in the US Virgin Islands again, but he was only just readable here. But Tony in Kangaroo Island was working him, and he was fairly low down to Tony as well. So anyway, we'll see what happens with the band. Hopefully it gets a bit better than what it is. But anyway, I'm going to go and get dinner, John. I will leave you to do what you need to do for the rest of the morning before you get ready to go to work. I'm sure you're all eager to get off to get to work. ONATI VK2VRC.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm eager, but I'm I'm happy that I have a job that's close by, and all said and done, they're quite a decent group of people to work for. Anyway, enjoy your evening meal. Greetings to the lady of the house, the four-legged friends, and hopefully we'll talk soon. And it's a while since I've heard our tail wagging friend. Especially, I used to listen on a regular basis in the morning when I was eating my porridge and listening to you two. Take care. Always a pleasure speaking with you, Wayne, and 73s from Belgium. VK2VRC ON80I. Bye bye. Till the next time, Wayne, and take care. Over.
Yeah, okay, John, no problems. All the best to the lady of the house, the harmonics, four-legged friends. And, I'll be around tomorrow. I'm working, I'm off tomorrow. I've got tomorrow off. So I'll be around. But even when I'm working now right through till at least the end of the year, I'm on mornings. So I'll be around this time of the day. So, if you're around, let me know and we'll try and catch up. But you're a very good signal, John. Still 5 and 9. Your audio's nice and strong. So, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. All the best to the stainless steel man if you're listening. And we'll catch up again soon. ONATI VK2VRC 73.
Yeah, bye-bye, Wayne. Take care till the next time, and great speaking with you. And EI6GEB, not sure if you're there now, but ON80I, Jimmy, over. Okay, and nothing heard. Unless called ON80Y is going to... or even ON8EI is going to QSY.